Taylor and Joey.
How are you?
Look at you guys. Look at that compound. I love it.
Thank you.
My God, where are you guys? Where are you guys right now? Nashville?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're at Joey's place in Madison, I guess technically, but yeah, Nashville area.
Joey's creative compound, of course. Taylor and Joey here of Roanoke. The band, incredibly accomplished duo, you know, as musicians, in your case, Taylor as an actress, as a screenwriter too. But yeah, guys, easily you've placed yourselves as a leading band here in the Nashville rock scene, guys. So it is an honor to be here. And Wolf Motel Out November 11th. Great EP. Congratulations, guys.
Thank you so much. We're so excited to be here. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Absolutely. But Taylor, isn't it amazing? I was thinking about this when the pandemic hit. I know it seems like a lifetime ago, and you guys went west, did that whole New Mexico thing. You know, that dancing in the West thing that you guys did was really cool. The relationship that you guys built with your fans, and we've been looking into it this past few weeks, it's a really deep thing. It's like the pandemic took you guys and your fans to like another level, right?
Wow.
In a way, yeah. There were people that really, I mean, obviously, it kind of kicked us in the stomach, just like it did every other band. But you know, you kind of can't keep talking. You can only talk about that for so long. You know what I mean? Before you have to figure out a way around it.
And I think it did. I think it absolutely did. I think during the pandemic, everyone was kind of like craving some sort of connection, and that's kind of where we got the idea to kind of like the idea of kind of, hey, come out on this road trip with us. And we like created this like Discord, so we were able to really just kind of like chat with them on a daily basis in a way that we never had before. And yeah, I think it absolutely created a dynamic with our fans that was really, really unique and cool.
Yeah, and that's something that not everybody did there, Joey. But there's something I wanted to ask you guys, and you know, I don't know how to articulate this because I'm not a musician, but there's certain moments in some of your songs, like Joey, maybe you can talk about this. There's certain songs, like if you hear "Free Fallin'" by Tom Petty, or your song Jordan or Celine, that you guys just hit certain notes. It literally runs up like my spine when I hear your stuff.
That's
like,
so nice.
Thank you.
No, but I think in writing hit songs, there's got to be a certain, you know, like a trick, like with paintings that painters pull people in. You know, certain notes you hit, like when you do the Celine and when the night breaks and all she does is run away, it's just captivating. I don't know how to articulate the question. I just know the feeling I get.
I think I know what you're saying.
Sense?
I think I know what you're saying. Yeah, that and I know exactly what you mean. Especially "Free Fallin'" is a great reference because I just, maybe this can help answer your question a little bit. The background of "Free Fallin' was Tom Petty writing his own songs and kind of getting away from his band actually, and he really meant that. He really meant it, and Jordan and Celine and a handful of others that we've been kind of lucky to stumble across creatively, we really meant it, you know. And you make decisions that kind of come from the heart or the soul a little more so than coming from like trying to accomplish something melodically from you're looking at it more objectively than like trying to get something out of your system. And I kind of think that I don't know if I'd call them hits, but I definitely think our more popular songs, those are the ones that do that, and I can still feel them, feel that in them when I'm playing them.
Yeah.
Still, you know.
So in other words, what you're saying, Joey, is like an artist cannot sit down and say, I'm gonna play a major chord or I'm gonna play a minor chord, and people will love it. Like there's no formula. It has to like basically come from deep in your soul. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you can get really technical, and there is a bit. There are tricks for sure, but the ones that really count are the ones that you didn't really have to reach into that bag of tricks for. You know, it kind of just all came out like almost like vomit. You know, like a song vomit. You know.
Yeah. Yeah. Totally.
It's not a beautiful way to describe it, but that's kind of how it feels. You know,
100%, and you can feel that like in the audience or when you hear your records. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And Joey,
nice.
yeah, it's true. It's true. And Joey, I'm fascinated by this as well. The new rock scene in Nashville, because outside people, I mean, we know we live here, but outside people still think of Nashville, country Americana. But there is like a really like growing like rock thing here, right, guys? And I mean, Kings of Leon obviously are known, and Paramore a little bit different, Franklin. But you guys are at the vanguard now. It is like a really interesting scene now, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, we can both probably comment on this.
Yeah. Taylor, what do you think?
I love what's going on right now. Like, there's a lot of really badass bands happening, and I think some of the front runners of this sound was that there's a band called Bully that's been doing it way longer than anyone has been doing it as far as rock and roll goes.
Yeah.
But the rock scene is so cool because Americana's cool and all, and I love Americana, and it's nice and it's beautiful and it's heartfelt. But something about rock, man, it fills a room up. It fills a room up and it kicks you in the chest, and you don't forget it. You don't forget a good rock show, and it's not always pretty, but it's awesome. And that's what I love about it. It's very primal, I think. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's really cool. I think a lot of songs are rooted in rock, and that even goes back further to like folk. But I think that people are, I don't know, I feel like genre is kind of a weird thing these days anyways. And a lot of genres are using rock as an influence. So I think it's becoming a little bit more universal. And I think it's a really cool, even in Nashville, you think of Nashville as like a country city, but there's a lot of great rock music coming out of it.
Yeah. And also, I think like Taylor and I both, we grew up on opposite sides of the country, but one of the things that we bonded on immediately was we both like loved rock and roll. And I grew up on that stuff, you know what I mean? And I was actually in a couple rock bands that are not worth even talking about whenever I was a kid in Florida, you know what I mean? And that's kind of what I was doing before I moved here. And it's nice to kind of get to that.
Yeah, totally. I mean, I remember, guys, like a year after I moved here, I was listening to Lightning 100, and I heard your show at Thurn and Lindsay, and that's when you guys first came to my radar, and I'm like,
thanks, man.
These motherfuckers can rock. And
thank you.
I was coming from Florida to there, Joey, so I was like, shit, like this is where it all starts. So it was really exciting. That's why I'm not tooting your horn. Like, you guys are at the vanguard here of the
thanks, man.
Of the rock scene. Go ahead.
Thank you. That means a lot. Even, I mean, I'm sure you realize listening to our old stuff, we did start off as a folk band, but even when we were doing more folk music, our live show was just very like rock centric. It didn't really feel like it fit with our recordings, and it kind of just slowly morphed into a rock and roll thing. And we've gotten a lot of genres thrown at us. I think we're a little bit confusing to certain people, but for us, like at the core, I feel like we're a rock band. So thank you for for acknowledging that and noticing.
Absolutely. And Taylor, let's say with you, because man, I can already tell I could talk to you guys for like 17 hours. But I've seen some of your great new songs from the new EP, and I've seen that like you preview some of them on socials. Heck, maybe you've been playing some of them live like the past few months. Yeah.
Like
testing them out.
Playing all these songs live, for a while.
Let me ask you this, and sometimes I wouldn't read anything like that someone says like to me on the internet, like there'll be comments ever since like my radio days, and people will be like, oh, I don't like when Jamie asks too much personal stuff, and like that shit used to get to me. Like, you can get influenced by people. Like, aren't you afraid when you're testing like brand new fertile songs like that, like maybe like you may turn away a good song just because you heard the right person?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, the internet is brutal.
What was the guy? we had a radio review, and the guy's like, still not a fan, which I love that so much because he gave it like he wasn't a fan, and then he gave it another chance, and he was like, nope, still not a fan.
Yeah, and so it is. I mean, I guess you have to. I've kind of come into the mindset of like, I honestly feel like the best music is a little polarizing. And
Yeah.
so I have to, be content with like, not everybody's gonna love every song that we do, but the people that do love the song are gonna, really love the song. But yeah, it's always kind of nerve-wracking putting things on social media, and especially with the way people are like pumping out content these days and trying to keep up. It is a little bit of a testing field for that as well, which yeah, can be intimidating. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I was thinking, because listening to like Walk On By, like I think like by the fifth, sixth, seventh listen, it just keeps getting better and better. And like if I was an artist and I'm testing it in front of, first time, and maybe the reaction is not what I would have wanted, maybe I wouldn't have put it in there, and it wouldn't have seen the light of day, and it's phenomenal.
Totally, man.
And I think honestly, I talk to so many musicians who don't release music consistently because of that, because you put your heart and soul into these songs and you dump a lot of money into these songs, and then you put it on the internet and you get a few likes here and there, and it you have to create some sort of like separation, which is really difficult at times. And Walking By honestly is a great example, because it is a lot different than a lot of our songs, so that was kind of a wild card.
Yeah, I'm really thankful that we made it on there. But the funny thing about that too, that I've kind of learned, like it doesn't really matter to me anymore. It used to a lot. But like you're asking people that are hearing it for the first time and may not have the context, or like also I've kind of had this situation where I'm showing somebody something that I was really proud of and they didn't get it. They didn't like it. And I was like, does this suck? Like what's going on? And then I started looking at like what they listen to, and it's like heavy metal, and I'm like, they just don't like this type of music, so it doesn't
Right.
matter what I would have shown them. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So you kind of just got to be yourself, man. Like, you walk into a room, you walk to a party, try to please everybody, and no one wants to talk to you,
100%. 100%. And I think you guys have enough years of experience where you know who you are, and you're confident in that. So that's great. That's great. Joey, is music, I feel like music is consistently going through your head, like when you're talking about it. Like would that be accurate? Like you're always thinking about music?
I care about it very much. Yeah.
It's kind of like sweet torture, right? Because like I don't know. I've seen you guys like do like in most of those shows, like If You're Gonna Leave or After I Go in Indiana, Taylor did it as well. It seems like you're on to every note, like every pitch, like a door is closing. And I'm thinking, man, Taylor and Joey must be like tortured, because in a way you can't turn that thing off, right?
Right.
Oh, absolutely. And I think that's what's like, I'm very thankful that we get to live a creative life, but unlike the 9-to-5 job, you don't get to turn it off. It's constantly like I wake up in the morning and I'm like, what do I need to do for Roanoke? Like, what do I need to do? And, outside of Roanoke too, just creatively. And yeah, I'm very thankful for it, but it absolutely is very consuming for sure.
Yeah.
Totally. I mean, that's the only way, I think, to make it. I think you got to be like obsessed.
Yeah, you really do. It's kind of really not mentally
it's
a great way to be, but us artists.
Yeah.
But
it's become like kind of a strange thing for me recently, because like I come back to this conclusion a lot, like because I'm a guitar player and I play guitar late at night, and that's why I play guitar all night, every night, as much as I can. And then when I stop doing it, if my hand is hurting and I stop doing it, I get really weirdly moody. Like I just feel like emotionally like bleh, you know what I mean? And so like doing music all the time and thinking about it all the time has kind of become like as necessary as breathing in a way. Like it's become like it's become a comfort zone. You definitely like I want to say that like romantically the idea of suffering for your art sounds really good, but I think that like I feel really lucky that I get to put all this time into something I love.
Totally. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And Taylor, let me ask you this. We talked about it briefly in the intro, but you're also a great actress, you're a screenwriter, that whole thing. And watching you perform online, especially like, you remind us of great people like Juliette Lewis that have done both. You're just like a badass on stage. I have to ask you, I mean, by the way, and people can check you out, you've been on Lost Heart, Detroit 187, and a whole bunch of other stuff. But, tell us a little bit about like kind of like what skills like you've learned in that area of your life that have made you one of Nashville's like best leading, front women.
Oh, thank you so much for saying that. I appreciate that. It's really cool that they totally do tie into each other. And I find myself going into like a similar headspace when I'm doing a scene and when I'm on stage performing, because I think the biggest, similarity is in both situations, you're telling a story and you want to tell the story. You want to put a lot of truth in your story and you want to put a lot of feeling in your story. So when I'm on stage or I'm, you know, doing a scene, I'm just trying to connect with different parts of myself, to really give the audience, really just kind of take them on a journey. And yeah, so I've learned a lot. They're very, you know, very much related, and yeah, I feel lucky to be able to do both and kind of, yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot to like balance both worlds, but I think they fit really well together.
Love it. Love it. Well, guys, you guys have been so awesome with your time, but you know, there's this thing we do on our show. We haven't done it in a while, but people kept asking us about it, and we've decided to like undust it today with you guys. It's a little game. It's called Flip the Tune. Flip the Tune, Joey. So listen to this. We are basically gonna play 3 of your songs in like 7-second clips, 3 7-second clips of your song in reverse.
Okay.
Okay.
And
well,
we
that's
just
awesome.
we just want to know how well you know the Roanoke songs if they're played in
go,
reverse.
baby.
That's the game. Backed by popular demand. We thought that it was gone for good, but I don't know. Something
love
about
it.
you guys.
I'm
You guys are cool. So, all right. So, are you guys ready?
I'm
Let's
ready.
go.
All right. Here we go. Here we go. Flip the Tune with Roanoke, the band, and here is the first one. And away we go.
That was cool.
I want to do like a remix version of
Yeah,
that.
I want to do that live.
I
My
don't know.
God,
What is that?
that was definitely After I Go.
Was it?
I think, right?
Yes, it is.
Hell
Oh
yeah.
my
I
God.
recognize it. I recognize that, and here's why. Because
Uh-huh.
Ben played that lead guitar line, and it's like it's something that I'll never forget watching him do it in the studio. That's the only
Amazing.
reason I do it. Yeah.
Amazing. Amazing. All right, guys. Well, 1 for 1. You already did better than I remember people did on the curve. So let's go with the second one. Here's Flip the Tune with Roanoke the band. Here it is. And away we go.
Jordan?
Is it Jordan, ladies and gentlemen? Yes, it is. Oh my
What?
God.
Oh man, I didn't think it was. Dang.
You guys are on it.
Yeah.
There you go.
I thought it was the light.
What is the secret there, Taylor? Like why were you so confident? How did you get that?
It was the O's. The oh. I heard
yeah.
a little bit of the O's and the violin.
And the violin.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see if you guys can get the trifecta and you can get the perfect score. And away we go.
That actually sounded really cool.
Is it If You're Gonna Leave?
Unbelievable. Ah, my God, guys. Too easy. Too easy.
Fun
Unbelievable.
game.
All right.
Well,
I've never heard Roanoke in reverse before.
I think you're the second people ever to get it all 3.
Hell yeah.
People fail. Well, you guys have said it all, guys. Congratulations. I mean, not only on this EP that's coming out November 11th, which is fantastic, but I mean, you guys are creating something really important and meaningful in Nashville, guys.
Man,
So,
you're very kind. I think. Thank you.
You guys, yeah, you're in the process of leaving a legacy. What you're doing matters a lot here. And man, congratulations. That's all I gotta say.
Thank you, Jamie. That's awesome. Thank
Thank
you so much,
man.
Absolutely, guys. Take care.
Bye. Thank
Take it easy.
you. Bye.